Okay, every time I hear that sound, I get the chills. Scary moments in Kodiak, Alaska, as sirens warn of a potential tsunami. The warnings prompted by an 8.0 earthquake off the coast, and in just the last hour, the USGS reporting a 6.9 aftershock. Schools are canceled, but the warning has since been downgraded to an advisory.
So this was around 3 a.m. There was a watch issued for the Washington state coast. That was canceled.
Yes, and Ben Dery now standing by with a closer look at what type of conditions spark a tsunami now. And also, can you tell us quickly the difference between a watch warning and an advisory?
Well, the warning is the tsunami was either imminent or it was happening. And the watch was more of like just a heads up. It could be happening if it does indeed play out. Now, we're going to be talking about what exactly produces a tsunami wave. It's basically an earthquake underwater. And that earthquake, the shifting of the plates causes the water to be pushed upwards. Waves are generated just like water in a bathtub when you make a splash, and that wave actually propagates away from that epicenter, and the wave speed is actually quite remarkable. It can get up to speeds of 600 miles per hour, if you can believe that. And as the waves approach shallower water, the wave actually slows down and the wave actually builds in height, and that big push of water pushes on shore, which is why they produce so much damage. Now, where did this actually take place? It was in the Gulf of Alaska. It happened early this morning, about 1:30 our time, about 175 miles southeast of Kodiak, Alaska. Now, the initial reports are this earthquake actually happened just outside of the subduction zone where the North American plate runs into the Pacific plate. And that's good news, because if it were to happen in that subduction zone, this could have been much worse. Now, because it happened about 50 miles outside, we didn't see as much of damage. And the initial reports is that this was known as a strike slip fault. What that means is the plates were actually moving side to side instead of up and down. That just means less wave propagation and less of a tsunami threat. Now, this was issued by the National Tsunami Center, and you can see that propagation over the Pacific Ocean. And also, we in Washington were only under a watch because the wave would have been more parallel to the coast instead of a direct hit. But nonetheless, all of the alerts have been canceled, and it looks like it is going to be a much quieter morning, hopefully.